Because I believe she's like one of the younger like activists of climate change also. It seems like a pretty interesting topic. And it's definitely going to get some sort of form of views if fucking Andrew Tate's already having arguments with this 19-year-old girl.
Yeah, right. I'm in. I'm on air now. I'm on air
That's
now.
Junior.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, so, what was the question again about the
Alright,
whole
sorry for this
food?
cutting out again. I'm just gonna restart. I'm just gonna completely restart. So,
Right.
what I'm going to mention in this podcast is someone known as Aaron Campbell. This time round, I'm not going to be saying the girl's name. This
Just
is
the
just
guy.
for a reference. This obviously I'm using a reference from a horrific case committed by a 16-year-old at the time,
You also
who's
wanna...
now 20, who
Is this someone
abducted.
who you've already researched, or like, is
I
this
have
like...
already researched. I have already researched that before. I will be looking at my
No, no,
phone.
no, 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 I mean like, do you want to disclose where you're looking at this so people can fact check it?
So I originally first heard about this case from a YouTuber. I will try and remember their at because I completely have forgotten, but I will say it. I'll just hopefully they pop up. Sorry if you can hear my PlayStation in the background. It is dying. I really need to get a PlayStation 5. Uh, yeah, that's
Oh
just all
yes,
I'm
I'm
going to
in
say about
dire
that.
need.
I'm in dire need. I'm
I'm
just going
going
to
to die if I do
quickly
not get to
try
it.
and find their channel before I continue. So, Dom, work your magic.
Okay, what's the deal with the airline food? Okay, no. On the actual like topic though, what is like something you feel like society allows
I
too
found it.
oftenly but shouldn't be allowed?
Um, allows too oftenly, which shouldn't be allowed.
Yes.
Um, overstimulation in vices.
Yeah.
So,
Um.
if you want me to expand on that, I
No,
will.
no, 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 dude.
So,
Just make
my
sure you remember the
problem.
name still.
I've just found the name for the information before I go into it. It's called Dire Trip, who I first heard about this from. But basically, my problem with um, over indulging in your vices is that people who overindulge, obviously they become addicted, they become hostile because they're addicted because they want that thing or they expect that thing.
Mm.
We have unfortunately as a society overindulged ourselves in things that it no longer feels like a gift anymore or a reward. It's become a necessity. Like you take
Yeah.
a tablet, for example, or something away from a kid, they will whine, cry, and get mad because they don't know how to function without it. That unfortunately has made our society have a crutch on not only technology, which I'm not anti-technology clearly, but it's made a crutch on these vices that have unfortunately made it so we are more likely to be more angry with each other, wake up, or for example, people who indulge in like lust, porn addictions, um, stuff like that will wake up and let's say they're with someone and let's say, I hate to say this, that person won't give, let's say, the boyfriend or girlfriend oral satisfaction in the morning, they'll get angry, upset, pissed off, not act in a humane manner towards that person, for example, maybe, will act outlandishly, all the things like that in general. And I feel like because we've indulged too much, that's also why I feel like depression's so high. Is because we've indulged in our like vices, like well, not necessarily vices, but well, yeah, vices as well, like sexual pleasure and stuff. But we've indulged so much in what should be a reward that we don't. We're how would I put this? We've become kind of numb to things that we should enjoy. We've become kind of numb to it. that it doesn't bring us joy or satisfaction anymore, to the point that you don't have that extra bit, like that extra oomph you need, that you become sad without it. And it's the small things in life that are meant to make you happy don't make you happy, and it also increases expectations of environments and like experiences way too much, almost also in that way creating an environment of hostility towards each other, because the expectations have risen so much, which also in turn, in my opinion, causes like more depression and anxiety and stuff, because you can't live up to that expectation of you, which has in turn been caused by the overindulgence of society in general. And now I feel like I've been going on for a very long time.
Oh, that's fine. It's the whole point. What? And just ask for what you thought about it, not to have your opinion.
I think a lot about that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's understandable.
I don't know. It's something, obviously, as someone who, and I'm not gonna. You can say whatever you want, self-proclaimed, whatever. Who has, um, and I might sometimes still deal with intrusive thoughts of harmful things towards myself. It is, unfortunately, what I thought about, because when I was younger and I wasn't necessarily exposed to all these things so much, like maybe my brain's been overstimulated. Maybe it's something like that, where you look at something, what you think, or you're exposed to something so much that becomes a norm, that it just doesn't buzz you anymore. Like, let's say, for example, when you have drugs... Wait, this is completely off topic. This is really bad. When you, like, let's say someone was to indulge in drugs constantly, yeah? Over time, they will become, like, build up a tolerance to it, that it won't work as much as it should. And that tolerance makes them do more, which in turn then, that builds up a bigger tolerance, or that makes such a norm for it that it doesn't give them that buzz anymore, that they get upset because of it. And like it just doesn't work for them anymore. And like I feel like that's what we've done, but with everything, because as a society, we seem to reward ourselves too oftenly.
Yeah.
And I don't know, especially with the fact that obviously materialistically we as a social construct, to be fair, you're supposed to have these quote-unquote materials and stuff, but materialistically we also indulge too oftenly, which makes finer things in life make you seem extremely ungrateful.
Yeah.
Something that's supposed to be something you're treating yourself with just feels mundane, or it feels like... I feel like more nowadays, treating yourself to something nice is not treating yourself, it's meeting a social cue. Which in turn, alright, this is a complete random thing, which then in turn causes...
Oh, I don't know. I can't tell if it was on the stream, Dali. I couldn't hear anything from you.
Really?
Yes.
When did I cut out?
Completely stopped. Hmm?
Can you remind me of where I was when I cut out?
No.
Ooh. Basically, what I was saying is that indulging in your vices too much makes everything mundane. Yeah, I'm just going to give you the quick swoop on it, because obviously it's more mundane. It causes more crime, which is a fault in our society. With the fact that it creates a social standard for things in general. And that social standard, which can't be met by certain people at times, causes a lot of how do I put this? It causes a lot of people stealing things and committing crimes to meet those social standards, because they feel like that's what they are expected to have, or they don't want their family to be mocked and stuff because they don't have those things. Like a lot of people from like poorer income areas and stuff that will, or let's say someone who, for example, lives in a lower income family, but goes to a public school, and there's like people who have higher income families and stuff who have these like expectations and will mock you for your clothing and stuff like that. Really, really stupid stuff. Will cause their family to steal. Um, Now, statistics to prove that. I don't have the statistics on me. I don't have the statistics, but you can look it up. I do promise it's a real thing. But it causes people to steal more, and families to steal, because they need to meet that requirement. And that's one of the reasons why I think it's something we do too much as a society, is indulge ourselves in our own, like, what would be considered vices back in the day. I don't know your point on what I said, if you're kind of the same with that or not.
Well, personally, I feel like in certain situations, it's okay to indulge in what you have, and it's okay to, for a certain extent, brag about what you have.
Yeah.
Like if you've worked your ass off for something, you can't really then, like, someone says, oh yeah, but if you show this and like some kid really wants that and now he's gonna go steal and shit because like you have that and he doesn't. I feel like it's unfair for like the person who then like hypothetically like worked his ass off to get that though, and he just wanted to show it off.
Yeah, but the only issue is that that kid shouldn't have to feel like he has to steal for it, and unfortunately that's a problem that's deeper with it. And all I'm saying is that now that we indulge ourselves in like those certain things, like materialistic things and stuff, which admittedly I do as well. I'm not saying that I'm not part of the problem, because I am, and I'm very aware of that. Hence I call it a problem, and I'll admit my problem. Alright, you can try and place me in some... Oh wait, no, my brain's trying to function. You can place me in some rehabilitation unit or whatever. I don't really care, because that's hypocritical anyway, because the rehabilitation units, I'm pretty sure they get paid anyway, and what do they indulge themselves in? Materialistic things. Get with the program. But when it becomes an expectation, there's a problem. But obviously when you indulge in your vices too frequently, you also, unfortunately, and probably unknowingly, create a problem.
Yeah, but I don't feel like you should be like told off for like it should even be mentioned to you if it creates a problem. It's the fact that it shouldn't be your fault if, you know, someone feels like a very stronger way about what you're living, like how your life is.
I think people need to be taught how to be grateful again.
Well, I feel like people need to be taught how to be grateful, but also being taught not how to be that selfish, though. Like, not selfish.
Oh, yeah.
Like, not selfish. No. I was trying to think of a different word. Like, that jealous of someone.
Unfortunately, jealousy is a part of a human.
I know, but so is showing off, though. I'm sure back in like the Stone Age, like showing everyone you had the shinier rock was fucking better.
Well, you see, I feel like my main problem, which has been a bit snowballed into, you know, stealing and crime, which, unfortunately, I shouldn't... I don't know why it got snowballed into that. I don't know why I took that. Don't know why I took that approach, but I feel like, especially YouTubers that flex a lot are part of the problem. You know?
But
they're kind of teaching kids.
YouTubers, yeah, but the difference between YouTubers and like someone who does flex, like what they have because like they've worked for it, is that a YouTuber at the end of the day is a social like they know that they influence, so that's a whole different thing. Like they know they're doing this. Someone who just wants to show off what they've got because of the fact that they worked their ass off for it, and they're showing the world. I don't feel like that should be the same.
Yeah, but then there's always that argument that why are you showing the world? You should just really enjoy it yourself.
Because at the same time, it's like
it's a bragging right.
Some people get.
It's a bragging right.
Not just yes, but it's
look
not
at
just
me, Mum.
that,
Look where I went.
Like,
look where I am
no,
now.
Like I said, I know, but it's also the fact that it's not just that. It's like, for example, let's say you've worked in a job for, let's say, like what, 5 years. You finally got enough money to, let's say, you buy a Mercedes, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's human nature to want to show off. No matter how hard you try, you want to show that off. You cannot sit there and tell me, like, as a human, the same thing that we are,
yeah,
that you not want to show that off to the people. That you now have something of luxury.
Well, admittedly, it's arguable. It's understandable why you would. Alright, I understand. We are conditioned as human beings to want to be better than everyone else. We're conditioned as human beings to want to stand out. I understand it, alright? I'm not saying I don't. I'm just saying we shouldn't have to be like that. We
no,
shouldn't
have to be like that, but if you want to, that shouldn't involve, like, the fact that people are going to steal just because you're showing off.
Oh yeah, obviously. But that's like why do designer like shops always seem to set up near low-income areas? They're kind of asking for it at that point. That's another argument about it. They're basically asking for it. And I know this is another thing, and this is just kind of silly, but why would you have something so valuable in an area where people are, you know, low income? You're rubbing it in their face.
Because at the end of the day, it makes people work harder.
It could be a moral.
Get a job where they
yeah.
To get a job that pays more, so then they spend their money there. Essentially, it's like the same thing with like high-end, like low-income areas. Like they have all these like designer places, like iPhone shops and everything, and like yeah, it's rubbing in their face, but at the same time, it's also like saying, hey, look, you can't afford shit, but however, if you sell your items, you can buy something from us.
It's just literally a profit based. Like, and I understand why they're a shop.
It always has been. It's it's a capitalist thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be. Like, there's no way they're just going to sit there and be like, you know what? Have this iPhone 13 for free, my guy. You've earned it.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah. But do you know what I've also seen a rise in?
What?
People's security. I know, good segue there, right? People's feel
what we were talking about earlier,
of security in their job situations, like their job positions. That much into the fact, like, let's say rappers and stuff, their security in the fact that they believe they'll stay relevant, so much to the fact that they'll get an apartment that costs 150k, like, a month to stay in.
Well, that's why I don't understand why you would buy an apartment. Why not buy a fucking house with that money?
Exactly.
Why buy somewhere that was partial to where you're gonna live?
Why don't you buy a permanent residence?
If you have 150k, that's enough for a semi-decent house and some of the mortgage.
And also, right, I'm gonna say this, yeah, and obviously this is a hot take. I feel like most rappers who buy their mums a home are just doing it for more relevancy. Oh, he's a nice guy.
That is offended because they post it online saying, "Hey guys, just bought my new house."
Said I would, made it out the hood. That's for like that's just to be relatable.
Yeah, but it's not relatable because who else has done that?
I'm not buying my mum a house. Right, admittedly, right, this is gonna sound really messed up. I don't have that type of funds. All right, I can't even afford.
No, even if I did, I know it sounds horrible, but that shouldn't be my responsibility. She's had her life. My life shouldn't revolve around her now.
And hypothetically, right, theoretically, yeah.
If she had me and spent her life on me, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for that, but I didn't ask her to do that.
To be fair, it would be kind of like it'd be like kind of like a fucking loan shark, like you're going up getting them tax returns.
That's what I mean. Like, at
But
the end of the day, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful that I have my mother, but however, that shouldn't involve like me spending so much money.
well,
on
here's
getting
the
her a
issue.
house.
Your mum's supposed to love you, so if you don't buy her a house and she gets upset because of it, then does she really love you?
Yeah.
That is another question of anything in general. Like, they shouldn't expect monetary gain from what you've done. You made your career. But at the same time, I kind of understand it. But then you think about it, their taxes are going to be higher because you bought them a giant house.
Yeah.
You're not really being nice to them about it. If you buy them a big house, how are they supposed to heat that house? More money's going to go on heating
They buy a big house, but yet they can't afford to actually live.
in the house.
Yeah.
Can't afford to clean it properly. They can't afford a maid 24/7. They can't afford all the things that they would need to keep that house afloat. And yet, in reality,
they're
you're
getting
just in
older.
turn making it harder for them. They can't keep up the
They
house
get-
if they're getting older because they're too old. Their bones hurt. It's fucked up, is what it is.
So the fact that you think you're morally superior because you bought your mum a house where she'll be able to live there for like maximum like a year.
They should probably have to sell it. You might as well just give her money.
Yeah. Because you know, at least then she could keep her actual house which she was already in, and you don't pay that for God knows how long, like with the year amount that you gave her, and she can spend her own money on whatever the fuck she wants.
Exactly. But no, people don't think before they do.
Guarantee there's gonna be that one guy. Yeah, but at least they bought them a man. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, when I'm rolling in it, I'm gonna make sure my mum never rolls in it because I'll make sure she's in debt. I can't financially, like, if I was, let's say, someone who's famous, like, off of social media or clout-based fame, like, fame as my income, I could not go there and say, yeah, I will be secure for the rest of my life, therefore I can happily make sure that, you know, my mum, you know, lives her entire life, because I can't confidently say that I would be relevant forever. I could not confidently say I could keep up with her rent and my own, or her own needs, like for the upkeep of her house, and my own at the same time. That is
Let's
just,
say if I
that's
get a
lying.
significant other, and I live with her,
Let's say I have my own
I
family.
can't also then just pay. I can't just pay for a whole family, then a mother.
Like, let's say 50 Cent, for example, he wasted his money on an apartment that was like 150k a month in rent. And that didn't work out for him, so what makes it think that it would work out for someone who doesn't get that amount of money in general? It's ludicrous. It's stupid. It's not well thought out. They don't seem to have a brain cell behind it, because they automatically, just as fast as you are famous, that is as fast as you're not famous.
Just as fast as you're famous as the soon amount like will get taken away from you.
If you can randomly become famous, you can randomly become unfamous.
Yeah.
As quickly
Or
as you
keep
can fall
platforms.
into, like, as quickly as you could easily, oh my god, I'm getting my absolute shit kicked in. As quickly as you could, like, become relevant, but you can as quickly have that relevancy taken with you. You'll become irrelevant in seconds. It's not stable. It's not clever. It's not, oh, I love my mum, so I'm doing
not
this.
reliable.
If anything, I feel like your fans should hate you more if you say, oh, I love my mum because of that. Because those people, you're then inferring that they don't love their mum because they can't afford it.
Yeah.
And at that point, your mum might start to see you not as a son or a child,
fucking paycheck.
but as a tax return. Or a loan
That's
shark
only
would
so far
see you.
just ruined her life.
You've ruined your relationship with her, 100%.
Guys, you should just pretend to be happy because you bought a fucking house for her.
Look, I guarantee she pretends to like you at that point. But it's also like some of them will then start becoming righteous and think that they deserve it all. Deserve what you worked hard for. But it's just, apart from anything like that, let's say you had a beautiful golden mother, who no one's perfect, might I add. You still don't want to fuck up them financially. If you remember when you were younger, and let's say you come from a low income family, because most of these rappers, they say they come from nothing. Even if they do, even if they don't. If they could barely afford to have you around, how can they afford to keep a mansion upkeep at minimum? Like, use your quote-unquote brain cells. It's...
You think people who do that have brain cells?
I don't think so. I don't think so. And we're gonna sound like dickheads, like 100% for saying stuff like, "You're not being clever."
Yeah, but I'm sorry if I seem like a dickhead because of the fact that I personally don't believe the fact that spending a stupid amount on a house that, by the way, yeah, you can buy a house. Is it actually bought for? Like, is it actually paid off, like, mortgage-wise?
No. 100%
Then
not.
therefore, what is the point? What is the point?
How are they going to
afford the mortgage? If it's not even paid off by a mortgage. No. I mean, like, if like the dude buys her a house and like then pays for the mortgage. But like, I'm saying, even if you do that, yeah, how is she going to afford to live in that?
You can't afford to keep the house warm.
Because you paid the mortgage off and everything, so now it's your house. But what? So she's in a house where the mortgage is paid, but however, because the mortgage is paid, she can't actually do anything with the house because heating is a fucking fortune. Gas is a fucking fortune.
Especially during this economic crisis, and you can't always predict.
Water.
You can't predict the crisis, like the crises. You can't predict them. I'm sorry, the economy is so fucked. You can't even predict anything, and you're gonna sit there and happily say, "Yeah, do you know what? She can afford all this." When you know she could maybe when I was younger, barely even afford to feed me.
You know, she can afford for a new house. I think they think like it's a moral thing to do, and it's also like another way to get a few 100,000 likes on Instagram.
It is just,
maybe
unfortunately,
a new YouTube video.
At that point, depending on who it is, they're just using it for an easy way to stay relevant.
Yeah,
that's like rappers who donate to charities.
Well, yeah, but because of that though, it's literally fucks them up.
Yeah, it's ironic, yeah, because most rappers only talk about themselves, to then magically them care about a charity when all they talk about is their financial gain. Yeah. There is no way you can sit there and go to anyone and say, yeah, they actually care about their charity. No, they just care that they'll get recognition because apparently they're doing a good deed, which everyone's going to go, ah, you're so amazing because of that.
You're so amazing, please let me lick your nutsack.
Please let me lick up every sense of, like, superiority that you've got from that complex you got there, buddy. It's... that is another problem. In itself. Like, it's... Oh my god, that is another vice problem in itself. And it will be a vice, because literally their own stupidity and their own lack of, like, research in their own things, because clearly you've had a lack of research into it. Like, if you're going to do that, that will literally be like a vice squishing their balls. Because they fucked up. They fucked up.
Oh no, admittedly, that's just another way for them to, like, rid off of tax.
Oh yeah.
Because, like, the more things you get, like, the more, like, what's it, like, credit and all that you get, so
might as well start turning into money laundering at that point.
Yeah. Well, yeah, literally buying houses is a form of money laundering if you have enough to, like, pay off the mortgage and everything that quickly.
That's like art's a massive money laundering problem.
Mhm.
because it is basically just money laundering. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. I don't understand it. It makes me question the sincerity, or sincerity. I don't. I might be butchering that word, but it really makes me question the sincerity. I don't know, of people's like actual actions.
Yeah.
It it also just in general. Sorry, my brain's not working that well.
I can tell.
But yeah, in general, it relies back onto people's like sense of security into things, or just pure desperation to say relevant, because obviously they believe that fame is end all. That is the only thing they have at that point, and unfortunately,
Well,
for
they
most people,
believe that.
that is all they have at that point, really. When you
Well,
start chasing, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say that they believe like they will make enough money to stay irrelevant. Like they feel like they'll be that irrelevant. Like no, that relevant. No, that like that famous. Like they feel like no matter how long it takes, like they'll still have enough money to like keep their relevancy.
Yeah,
So because of that, though, they depend on only that.
literally. But no, yeah, they literally depend on people also not getting sick of their shit.
Yeah, no, they depend on an actual loyal fan base. If they don't have that, the moment it's gone, literally, like their fame
They
dwindles.
also depend on something that can slip through their fingers within seconds.
Yeah,
And we've always been taught not to depend on something that's not stable.
mhm.
But yet
Well, at
again,
least a
they'll be
few
doing
people
that.
have been taught that.
Oh, yeah, well, clearly a few people have been taught that. I know I've been told that. Taught that, should I say.
Same. That's because I haven't grown up with an arrogant fucking mother or father.
Hmm. It's quite crazy actually.
I feel like people become way too dependent on other people.
Oh yeah, I know. That is also another thing. Unfortunately, we're no as a community, as a as years go on, we've become more dependent on things instead of being independent, or at least understanding things.
Well, there's nothing like wrong with being dependent. But there is there's when you're only dependent on someone else. Like if you rely upon someone, then no, you shouldn't. Like saying like, oh, but I needed you at a time. Like you wasn't there for me. Like I only would have been able to get out of the situation if you helped me.
Yeah, well, that also brings in it like entitlement.
Yeah. No, at the same time, it's also literally just guilt. Like that's literally guilting someone.
Yeah, guilt tripping. That is also what we do as a society too much, and that is back to the point you were saying earlier. What things we do as a society. That is something we do as a society on a daily basis. We guilt trip others and gaslight them into doing what we want. Because that is another thing
Yeah.
we do as a society on a daily basis. We manipulate others.
And then for some reason, it's like you're the bad guy for not being felt. Like you didn't fall for the manipulation.
Well, it's also like, right, time to go back to a couple of streams ago because of the crappy
How many
internet,
streams ago?
like two, when they were talking about the exposing the bigger world. I'm going to use this word. Alright, I'm going to use this word like it should actually be used. You are the bad guy for exposing people's manipulative ways.
Mm.
That is the truth. You are treated like a criminal for exposing people's manipulative ways because literally as a entire society, and I use the word society too much. Do you want to know how I got these scars? That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
But as a society, we stem off of the belief that everything that we do has to be for our own gain,
Yeah.
and that it's okay to manipulate others. And that is what everyone, like, not everyone manipulates, but that is what majority, like,
I mean,
of
there's a
things
lot of
are.
people who do that.
Everything, you wake up, yeah, and you're exposed to manipulation the second you go on your phone. Manipulation
Yeah.
can be stemmed through censorship. Some people, manipulation can also be through social media posts, so like people manipulating you into buying their supplement or their product. Liver King's one for that.
I am all nasty. Sorry, guys. I take steroids and I also take testosterone enhancers.
Yeah, you're also yeah. You're also manipulated by charities, by them showing you starving children and stuff like that. Organizations like that will manipulate you by showing you things and saying that only you can do something about it, almost obligating you to spend your hard-earned money on it. You can also be like a lot of things are like manipulative in the fact that like you can also be manipulative through guilt tripping, as I said, through charity and organizations, but it's also people who clout chase will manipulate you. They'll manipulate you by making it seem like their life is only the way it is and depends on your likes and everything, or they'll manipulate you by spinning a story of false traumatic experiences or just stuff in general to make it seem like to make that, by obviously manipulating it, to make it so your whole life and every single thing that you do, even if you're not involved in their traumatic experience, it's part of your fault.
Yeah.
And that the only way to make them feel better is to give them attention. Manipulation on many factors, like Andrew Tate manipulating youth into buying his subscription for the what is it? Top G? Hustler University. There you go. He's Top G. He manipulates them into getting that because by telling them that
it's more like him saying like you'll get women.
You'll get
women
money
if you join this.
On purpose, exposing insecurities of people is manipulating
Mainly kids also.
That's manipulating you. By saying that I can solve all your problems and these are all your problems is a form of manipulation.
And he's like, like the witches back in the day where like, oh, give me like a certain amount of gold and like I'll give you some remedies and herbs.
Do you know what? No, no. Here you go. Religion back in the day. You've done this. Give us money. You'll go to heaven.
No, but that's what I mean. Well, no, they still do that.
That's fear mongering.
Why do you think the whole fucking collection bag exists?
Yeah.
Like a lot of it is mainly like they will sit there and like they will tell you how you should feel.
Yeah.
And like they said, like the only way to like be successful and shit is by going through their course or whatever.
Yeah, they will literally they gaslight you into believing that all the things that you've done and all your possible like insecurities and that can go away if you just give them what they in reality want is money, because apparently their services are so good and they can free you of all of your like issues and everything that you don't have like that, all your issues and that your life can be so much better. You'll get money, cars, fame, manipulation, in the sense that they are almost bribing you. They're almost bribing you in that sense as well. But no, they use that, they manipulate and indoctrinate kids and people by preying on your insecurities, just so they get what they want, and it's been proven that Hustlers University is a scam and a pyramid scheme. My question is also, if he's a quote-unquote millionaire and he has all this amount of money, why is he asking people for £50?
Yeah.
Or $50, how people would like to say. If if he really cared, and he's already got this amount of money, why would he want your money? And that's another thing. Like and a lot of people will say, oh, that's because it's a service, you know, he can't let everyone get this for free. He's got to get his piece of your success.
If he cares that much, then why is he doing it?
And also, why is his piece of your success you promoting him? That's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Your success is based on the fact that you're lining his pockets even more while paying him to line his pockets. It's so stupid, honestly. But no, it's not with not just that point either. It's that I feel like
it's my greatest pleasure to see you return alive.
a lot of people just don't understand what they're actually talking about, or they don't understand a lot of things, and I admit that some things I talk about I don't fully understand. That's something I'll happily admit. Some things I talk about I don't fully understand. That's okay. That is okay to not fully understand it. You can talk about it, yeah, you can still have an opinion on it. If you don't understand it, that's fine. And the only problem with, obviously, that is that a lot of people that don't understand it don't want to understand it. They will not accept any faults. They do not want to understand it.
Food is life.
You know?
Don't get up yet.
That is also a problem that with, like, that is also a problem with people, unfortunately, is that they're unfortunately they are very, well, can be very arrogant, and they don't want to understand things. Which, I mean, to a certain extent, fair enough, you know, some people just don't care for it, or something. Along those lines, I don't know what your take is on that. Dumb.
You're not just, you know, trying to play everyone else, get my ass whooped. Well, I mean, it overly depends on how people react to the situation.
Which is fair enough.
Like, not everyone has the exact same reaction when it comes to certain things like that.
Which is understandably acceptable.
Like certain people think, you know, yeah, this thing's really going to help me change my life around. I don't think it should.
Hardly wait for the next.
But you know, you can't control people.
At the end of the day, they're just hoping on a pipe dream at that point.
Yeah, like that's the last resort, because there's people who you know, when you ever had that random motivation, when you see a video 3am, yeah, I want to start getting fit, so do random
so I do a random workout
and then
yeah.
It's like that type of thing.
So I worked out a couple of days ago. I worked out literally, I think it was
but then
1
you
or 2
haven't done
days
it
ago.
since.
Yeah, I haven't worked out since, and that's the only thing as well, though. It's you get those sudden spurs to work out. I do like working out, but I can't be arsed.
Yeah.
There's just things like that. like you'll get a spur. Sometimes it's a phase, sometimes it's not. But I feel like people also feel too righteous.
Yeah.
Like in my opinion, you'll go on Twitter or something, and there'll be people talking about things, and they're way out of their own depth. Like, for example, you get like the people who will sit there and say things like, I'm trying to think for a minute. They'll sit there and they'll say things along the lines of like, you shouldn't be saying that to people. You should be like this. You should be like that. You shouldn't have this opinion on something. Oh my God, you're so racist. You're so homophobic. You're so this. You're so that. I'm gonna label you with all these things because you know you label other people, even though they're being hypocritical and labeling them. You know.
Yeah.
But it's also the fact that people, in their righteous endeavours, misuse words so much that they have no meaning anymore. Like, when someone used to talk about their sexuality, that used to have meaning. You just go, okay, well, I respect you. Well, from my perspective, obviously, I respect people. And I respect their choices. What their concerns are in the bedroom and stuff are not my concerns, but if they feel comfortable enough to tell
Well,
me...
they're not my endeavours. I
Yeah.
couldn't care less.
But if they feel comfortable to tell me
Okay,
and
I'm
everything...
proud that you...
that's
like,
fine.
you, yeah.
But... now when people say they're like... their sexuality... and they go to the extent of making it their
They
personality...
make it their personality.
that, to the extent... I'm not okay with that. Because I want to know you, not what you like to touch. And you can take that however you like. I stand by that though. I want to know you, not what you like in the bedroom.
Yeah, but that's the issue when people make their sexuality their personality, though. For example, like you know, people who like go out the like who become like a transgender.
Hmm.
Most people who transgender make it their personality.
And you know what? It's pretty hard to forget someone's transitioned, and just like it's pretty hard to respect someone's pronouns if they're constantly talking about how they used to be a man or something.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that in a mean way. I'm just saying it's pretty hard to like just can you stop talking about it? I respect you're a woman. Okay, I'll call you a woman. But if you carry on talking about how you used to be a man, you're kind of, and this is probably where I get cancelled instantly. And don't cancel me, this is my take. I don't have any hatred towards anyone of that sort, so if you cancel me, you're being a bit silly now, aren't you? But in reality, I think if you just stop talking about how you're a man. That was past you, that's behind you. You don't feel like that, you're not presenting like that, so just stop talking about it. If there's a situation, yeah, that involves your transitioning, or a personal topic that comes up about transitioning or something, all power to you to talk about it. Honestly, all power to you. I am fully on board with you going absolute ham, giving your absolute actual valid point, and it's I respect it. I actually respect it. I genuinely respect you as a person for doing that. But also, if you constantly talk about how you transitioned, you're not necessarily respecting yourself, are you? You're not respecting...
No, because you're only making it...
Yeah.
You make it so like everyone should be aware what you are.
Even though...
At the end of the day, I feel like you should get on with life. You shouldn't care. You know?
Yeah, because my personal thing was, obviously aware of what you, You say what you are. What I'm going to take from that is I think that they tried to make people aware of what they were, not they are.
Yeah.
And that's the issue, because you're not respecting your own pronouns. You're not respecting yourself at that point. Let's say you were a man that turned to a woman. You're a woman now. Stop saying that you were a man. Stop saying those male pronouns. Respect yourself. Respect only goes so far. But if you respect yourself, that is a nice and easy way to start having, let's say, respect in general. If you respect yourself, people can respect you. And if you're not respecting yourself, it's hard to respect someone who doesn't respect himself. It's hard to love someone who doesn't love themselves.
Yeah, but that's like the whole thing. Like, you can't get into a relationship, and you can't love someone else if you don't love yourself.
Well, you can.
No, as in you should. Okay, no doubt. The best way I mean by this
Oh,
is like,
it's hard to love someone if you can't love yourself. Yeah.
no. Well, not just that. Yeah, but not just that. I mean also like, you shouldn't be in a relationship if you don't love yourself. But because don't get me wrong, I know it sounds weird and it's a stupid take you might think, but honestly, if you're in a relationship where you can't love yourself, but you're loving someone else, eventually you feel like that's forced love. Then.
I would say so, but here's another thing. I feel like if you love someone else but you don't love yourself, you are inflicting a strain on a relationship because you're constantly bringing up
Well,
your
that's what
own
I mean.
faults, which can cause people to break up. Obviously, love yourself. That can be taken in any way, really, because there's a lot of other ways of self-love. You don't have to be like, oh, I love myself 100%,
Well,
because
no,
no
you
one
don't
does.
have to be like up your own ass.
If you're up your own ass, then you're an
Go
asshole.
fuck yourself.
You're an asshole.
Go fuck yourself. But like, if you just like literally like, you know, today I actually look good. You know, like, there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing at
I
all.
feel like that's what a
No.
lot of people. I feel like that's what a lot of people actually need sometimes. Like, look at themselves. So, you know, I actually look fucking amazing today.
Do you know? And you know those moments when you wake up, and you catch yourself, you catch yourself in the mirror, and you're like, I look good.
Damn.
I look good. You should
Saying
hold on to that
that,
moment a
that
little
was
bit
me the
longer.
other day. That was me the other day because I have my hair.
Yeah.
My god damn, that motherfucker. That me? But yeah.
But it's like a lot of people. Unfortunately, there's a very thin line between. Like nowadays, there's a very thin line between loving yourself and being a narcissist.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of people fall into the narcissist category because of it.
That's unfortunate because if everyone was like, no, then I feel like that'd just make everything a bit too boring.
You're
you
hot
know?
shit, but you're not hot shit.
You're in the middle lines.
You're hot shit, but you're also mid at the same time, is the way I think.
Yeah.
Because you might be hot shit to yourself, but to other people, hell no.
No. Nah, man. You definitely look like.
You might be hot shit to some people. That's like this hot chocolate will taste nice to some people. Some people absolutely hate chocolate. Personally, I'm one of the people who hate hot chocolate, but to some people, they'll love hot chocolate. Just think about it that way.
I don't mind hot chocolate.
I hate hot chocolate. I cannot stand it. So Dom might like you, but I won't.
Yeah, but then that's the same thing with like a coffee.
It's a preference. It's a preference. It is a preference. I like
Yeah, but,
coffee.
like-
Dom doesn't like coffee.
Yeah, me? No. No.
I love coffee. I love iced coffee. You can say what you want. I like iced coffee. I don't like normal coffee that much.
So you only like certain.
Yeah, but that's a preference.
Yeah.
Talking about preferences, it's not. I don't. Do you think it's racist to have a preference?
Okay. I've had this conversation and I mean, I've been crucified, like nailed to a cross when I spoke about it. But okay. If you go out your intensious way to not date someone because of their color, and and you say no, I'm not going to date you because it's your color, or I'm not going to have sex with you because of your color. Yes, that's racist. However, you should only really be thinking about having sex or like dating someone for them.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Right. So here's where we kind of differ. I'm not being racist. I'm not being racist. I'm just saying, in my opinion, yeah, it's not racist to have a preference. Because I would rather... I know, but all I'm saying is, in general, I would rather love you for you completely than being a what feels like a forced relationship just because I don't want to be seen as racist.
Okay. how do I put this to you without...
Although, to be fair, I love everyone.
You don't love everyone, you hate
No, I don't love
everyone's
everyone. Let's be real,
differences.
yeah. But I love. I would love anyone if they have a good personality.
What I'm trying to get at this is, you love... No, okay.
This is when you're
Best
gonna
way
say
of me
some fucked up
describing
shit
it,
like you love boobs or something.
no, I'm trying to not paint you as a something because of the way how you could have worded something better.
Oh, wait a minute. Did it seem like I said that I don't like...
Yes, because of their colour.
Oh, no.
So shut up, let me do this now because of the fact that you are terrible.
I am terrible for that,
S-
yes.
Simply the fact that you love them for them, their skin colour should not matter in the sense.
Which to
You
me
can
it
have
doesn't.
a preference. You can have a preference of dating certain girls, perhaps like pick me girls, goth me girls, emo girls, e-girl girls.
Ego
But
girl.
their skin colour should, not matter.
No, and it doesn't. Doesn't to me.
So because of that, I'm gonna say you can have a preference, but not of skin colour. Because if you truly love someone, let's say if you truly love someone and they're black, that doesn't mean that you should just stop loving them.
I know that, but
However,
but
when you
some
worded that,
people might have not a sexual preference. Unfortunately, a lot of relationships are fueled by sexual preferences, and some
However,
people
a sexual
find, like,
preference-
let's say, Native American girls more attractive than others, and I don't know what to say about that, but unfortunately.
well,
And
no,
this
you
is going
can
to
have a
sound kind of out
preference,
of
but at the end
pocket,
of the day,
but some people have a preference for people who have... I don't know if I want to say that.
no, say it.
So let's say some people have a preference for some people who are physically abled,
Okay.
and some people... and some people can be seen in a negative light because they don't want to date someone who isn't physically abled.
Okay, no, okay. The difference between that, if
I'm not comparing
you,
that to skin colour, I'm
okay,
not comparing
no,
that to skin colour.
No. What I'm saying is simply the fact that
Hmm.
if you were dating someone and let's say they became non-abled, if you break up with them because they're
That's
non-abled,
fucked up.
that is fucked.
That's fucked up.
If you've been dating someone and then they become non-abled, you are scum of the earth, die under a boot, yeah? However, if you start to talk to a girl, you later on find out she's non-abled. Although I don't agree with that you should stop talking to her completely, or like you shouldn't date her just because she's non-abled. That's still kind of fucked, but not as bad as, you know, the whole dating someone and then fucking them off because they're non-abled. But I feel like if you date someone if you don't want to date someone because they're non-abled, you are allowed to have that entitlement because at the end of the day, if you want, let's say, you wanted a very physical relationship, and they don't offer that to you because, like, they can't, then no, I understand that. I don't agree with it, but I understand it.
Yeah. It's just, it's kind of questionable. And it's these parts in life that make me feel kind of happy. Because I like how, at least, well, on here, I'm not sure if I went on anything, you know, on the internet, maybe I'd get crucified for everything. But I like how,
you would.
I like how, at least in this sort of environment, we can talk about these things.
Well, this is because at the end of the day, if someone really wants to swap me, be my guest, I live in a flat. You'd probably be doing the fucking cancel a deal and a half by breaking down my door.
Yeah. And let's be real, if someone was to swap us over a chat like this, that is so stupid.
I know it is by far, but like, you know.
And it's always the people who claim to be, like, progressive that would do it as well, because they hear something
Yeah.
they don't like. It's like the Gestapo, yeah, are on my ass. It's Like I've been found
But
out for
like,
hiding certain people.
Okay, Andrew Tate, calm down.
What?
But like, yeah,
No,
human
I was gonna
trafficking.
be like a good person, like, you know, like a certain time during the 1940s,
Nah.
a period of Great Depression.
Nah, I have no idea what you're going about, mate.
An Austrian artist of sorts.
I haven't heard of any.
You know, a certain man who had a very strong opinion on things.
My dad.
Don't say your dad. Please don't say your dad.
Good.
It's not your dad, right? Not your dad, right? Right?
Hey, heard of Kanye West?
Good segue.
I thought they're the same people.
Oh, the Austrian artist and Kanye West.
Yeah.
Want the truth?
Yeah, I do actually.
The recent merch, if anyone hasn't heard about it, the recent merch from
Kanye
Kanye,
East.
yeah, don't trample Kanye,
Kanye West.
East's name.
Kanye West.
Yeah, Kanye, Skeet Davidson's favorite friend.
Could have told Kanye's friend to kill him.
He has, yeah. But now that is just stupid as well. But
Real manly,
yeah,
real manly behavior.
real way to set an example for your kids. Also to try and drag them out of
Yeah.
education. Real smart move there, buddy. Real smart move.
Real proper alpha male.
Real intelligence. You're taking the divorce really well, my guy. You know, so much that you kind of started saying a few things that maybe belong
Would
to a
imprison you.
certain superior race in the eyes of an Austrian artist. I don't know, buddy. But like,
You know, I'll let you do your thing.
maybe, maybe don't move one of the lines on your new merch, because that makes a certain symbol. You know, a symbol that was used for something that started for a third of something, a Reich or something like that, a Richter, a third Richter. Reich? Was it Reich? I'm not too sure. Sounds a bit like funny business to me.
Feels a bit like monkey business. You know, shady stuff going on. What's up, Nelly?
It's something that maybe Judaism doesn't appreciate. There's something that is of gaseous properties that ends with B or Z.
Zyklon get B?
Oh, it's crazy business. Anyway. Anyhow.
Real shady stuff going on.
Real shady man.
You know, I'll buy his merch.
I'm disappointed in you.
No, it's for you.
For me.
Yeah, that's your birthday present.
I don't want to hear it.
Oh, you're ungrateful. You don't want Kanye West merch.
Hey, don't say West.
What?
Say Kanye West. Who's so close to West?
Why?
Questionable
Someone for
behavior.
West.
Anyway, so you ever browse online?
Hmm?
You ever browse online, Dom?
Now and then. Look at a bit Bit of cheeky stuff going on, yeah?
Do you ever accept cookies?
Yeah, once or twice.
Well, you should get Nord. No.
No, okay, buddy, you're not sponsored.
I wish. I wish.
I hope you know 25% is at least going to me for that.
I know. I know. I know. I would happily.
McDonald's for that.
Hey! That's
Pay
a.
for
That's
the
not
burger.
questionable behavior.
Says the guy who spent how much money on burgers?
Okay. Okay.
And how many burgers did you buy?
I get it.
And how many of them did you eat?
I ate 5 of them.
Do you know where I'm going with this? Are you gonna stop now?
Yes, I will stop. For now.
However, you should subscribe.
Yeah, please actually subscribe. I need to feed myself.
Not me.
Well, yeah, I'm a fat bastard and all.
Oh, you call me a fat bastard?
I'm calling myself a fat bastard.
What
I
a
realised that might
terrible
have came out wrong.
fragrance. Do you know what you should try?
What?
I feel
Manscaped.
like you should try the... No, shut up, you're not getting sponsored, my guy.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
you should try the fucking PvP thingy from Elden Ring.
I don't want to right now.
No, it's fun. You know, you're all about fun.
Anyway,
Oh my god, such a boring guy.
no, right, so security.
Yes, what about security? The main subject this was all about before you went on a whole different tangent, yes?
Well, you kind of caught me onto that tangent by saying, you know, about the whole what do we do too much as a society.
I asked you a simple question. I didn't know you was going to go into a full detailed paragraph and then give me a lecture straight after.
A lecture.
That's what you did. Felt I was back in college all over again.
So, are we going to talk about what I mentioned? Because I gave Dire Trip a shout out at the start.
A shout out?
I say a shout out, I used the reference.
Now you give shout outs to fucking...
Give
God.
shout outs to people with more
Terrible.
subscribers than me. I only have 21. Can you do something for me?
Okay, shut up. This is how I know you now you're just becoming fucking... What's that word when
I'm a
you
shit
have
poster.
like barely any sleep? No, when you have any
Oh,
sleep, barely
delirious.
any sleeping. Well, that's another form of it, but no, I'm talking about like
Hysteria.
yeah, it's like borderline delirious.
Oh, I just had to stop myself from saying the stupidest thing ever.
What?
I was going to say H2O. I actually have problems.
H2O delirious.
Do you know what? When I get famous, I'm just going to say random shit. Just going to say
No,
random ass
I'm
shit.
gonna make sure. I'm gonna make sure you will be able to have a future. I'm gonna bring up all the old stuff you've said.
Oh. You know, I could get cancelled in seconds because the things I said in my youth.
Yeah.
I'm turning into an old man, but I've said some controversial stuff in my youth. And I will say this now, okay? So if you ever hear the stuff I said in the past, I actually do apologise. I did not mean it. I was just being stupid. Am I going to talk about what I said in the past? No. Am I going to talk about what I did in the past? Like I said in the past? No. When it comes to bite me in the ass, will I say anything about the past? I'll say I apologise and do the YouTuber sign.
Nah, the old comical YouTube sign.
I have said some borderline racist things. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm actually joking. I'm 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 joking.
You're jerking.
No. What?
You nasty.
Nasty ass. Aaron Campbell. What do you think about that man?
Pretty cool guy.
I sincerely ask you to retract that statement. Are you sure about that?
Who's he again?
Kidnapper, pedophile, and murderer.
Andrew Tate?
Whoa. Only one of those was a lie.
Which one's that?
Probably the paedophile part for Andrew Tate. Oh shit! I knocked over a glass.
About kidnapper and raper, no, yeah?
Well, according to his arrest, maybe.
Do you feel like he's actually accountable for any of the thing he's been accused of?
I live by innocent till proven guilty.
Oh yeah, forgot. Because for some reason you feel like you have a moral of innocent till proven guilty. Okay.
I hope this one makes itself useful.
Don't start spinning this on
Have
me.
a wonderful adventure.
Nah, you're a believer of Andrew Tate.
You be quiet now.
This is actually your secret, isn't it? You're an Andrew Tate fanboy. Your next action was going to shave your head.
I would never do that unless I was actually bowling.
You are.
I'm not, but stop it. You're starting to give me the treatment that Colossal is crazy gets. Alright? Shut up. You are a month younger than me. Quit it.
Yeah, I'm a month younger than you. You're still balding.
I'm not balding. I have a terrible hairline. I have a widow's peak.
Might as well be balding at that point then.
Oh my god. You hairy bastard.
Hairy? What?
You are. You're like King Kong. Shut
Hey,
up.
don't be mad at me. Just don't be mad at me. The fact that I actually have hair. Okay.
I have hair. I have longer hair than you.
Yeah, because you've been growing it out longer than mine, and
No,
yet
because
mine's
I've cut
somewhat
it.
nearly
No,
catching up.
I've cut it multiple times.
Dalek, you cut the sides.
I trimmed the edges multiple times as well, like the trimmed the hair.
You trim the edges,
down.
so
I
you
cut
get
shit
rid of
tons
the
off.
dead ends.
No, I
You
cut
get rid
wait.
of the dead
Yes,
ends.
and I accidentally cut too much off.
Yes, but Dalek, if you haven't noticed so far, all my hair's done is like grow, stop, and grow again.
Look, Dom, I don't know what to tell you. Stop saying I'm balding. I love my hair. Leave me alone.
Okay, just, you know. Okay, you know, maybe like hair treatment. Soon you will look like Sneaker.
I have a worse hairline than Sneeko. As much as I
no,
dog
man,
on Sneeko.
I don't know, man. His is going like around the world.
Around the world,
Around the world.
around the world.
Like, that shit about turn back around and smack me in the face.
Do you know what I don't
Don't
understand?
talk about it too much. What?
So we'll talk about real world problems, get like 2 likes. Woman will show side booba, get 1 million likes.
You know why that is? Horny man.
No longer simple equation. Levels of deceit and lies.
It's
Photoshop
just now
maybe too.
horny man.
Instagram filters. Woman make post, get many likes. Caveman like booba.
Woman make subscription plan. Man pay for. Man see naked booba.
Man pay money to see something could see for free. Man happy for some reason.
Man now touch PP.
Man now become tier 3 sub.
Man now cries over the fact that he has no wife.
Man now
sad.
doesn't understand why his wife is a bit upset with the fact that he paid for women only fan.
Even though he has a woman.
Even though he has someone. And I'm not saying, right, hot take, it's okay to watch porn if you're dating someone. I don't care. Shut up. Get over it. Wow. Get over it. Wow, wow. But let's be real, yeah. If your significant other doesn't want to do the sexual deed and you're in that mood, that acquired mood, and you're not someone who's very creative with their imagination, typing up a bit of stuff, you know, a bit of spicy recipe to really elongate the
mood
and elongate the aubergine or whatever it is, or zucchini, you know, cucumber. The that's not a problem. And if you would, for say, like to pill the or spank the monkey with that said material, yeah, choke the chicken.
Slap the salami.
Populate the tip. Statify the electric zucchini. And I don't know if you have necessarily a port, plug your USB in the port. Shoot the water pistol. I feel like I could do this for a while.
Squeeze the yogurt.
You know, pop the lid off the milkshake. Exfoliate the meat stick. Bounce the ball. Play some dodgeball.
You looked up expressions for jacking off.
I'm not. I genuinely haven't. I'm not even lying. I genuinely am just sitting here. I couldn't be. I'm walking in a circle swinging my knife at lanterns. You know, tummy tuck and potentially remove rib for... That's grim. But anyway, I don't think that's a problem. Hot take, literally. Right, so Dom, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you think that...
Yes.
Never mind.
No, what?
What do you think about internet gurus?
No.
What do you mean by no?
I mean no. It can go away.
Just no.
It can go away.
It can go away.
Yeah.
And why is that?
Because they're not needed.
Oh god, I almost dropped my phone. They're not needed. And why are they not needed?
Because they're overused.
They're overused. I would say that I have a problem with online gurus because they're always self-proclaimed, and that they say they know, they know everything you need, and that they can help you, and that this method's like they basically say that the method they use is 100% effective.
If that's the case, then why are people still capping themselves? Yeah,
I like the shock you just written to that one, but it's a sad reality. That was a bit of a tallywhacker slacker. That was a bit of
Do not
a.
refer to a whacking off situation after I've just said people still kill themselves. You absolute horrible human being. I hope you stub your toe in the morning. I hope you wake
Bit of a
up
stapler
and your
displacer.
door. I hope your door hinges break off, once you open the door, and it just falls on you.
What? So I get squashed? I'll turn to Paper Stanley.
Tally, your door's made out of like 2-ply wood. What do you mean?
Yeah, and
You could
in the
run through your
state
door
I'm
and it
in,
would break.
a Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah!
Oh no.
Honestly, I could get on that chair of yours now, darling, and ram through the door with that thing, probably.
Bring a whole new meaning to the chair. It's literally a ball at that point.
You've got law behind the chair now, once used by Dominic, now used
As
to
a
ruin
battering
door.
ram.
Oh, you can tell we are running out of things to talk about.
I'm literally rambling at this point. I am like 6 digits into my own death sentence.
Honestly, I honestly really do hope that guy comes back.
I said why eventually. Eventually, yeah.
Oh yeah!
Oh no.
Fucking running through a door with it. That was such a dark turn.
That was questionable at best.
Yeah, then you talk about jacking off after.
I think the unfortunate thing.
It's Claire's. Terrible shop.
Claire. What are you talking about, Claire's?
Terrible shop. It's because I just got a YouTube ad with it.
Oh god, no, brother.
I know.
I think it's just the
Here's an
fact
actual
that
topic.
I'm streaming
no,
at such a terrible time.
Listen, here's an actual topic.
Mhm.
What is your stance on ASMR?
I think we tried to do this before. I think we tried to go over this topic before, and I was just like,
No, I said what is your stance on
belligerent.
ASMR, and you didn't literally reply with anything.
I was belligerent. I wasn't thinking. I was
So now I'm actually asking, so
shifting the
what is your stance on ASMR? Listen, what is your answer? What do you believe of ASMR? And then I will talk to you about certain types of ASMR, and I want you to give your viewpoint on
honest to
type
God
of
opinions.
ASMR. Yes.
Honest to
But
God
for
opinion.
each type of ASMR that I tell you also after you give me this one.
So my honest to God opinion on ASMR is that obviously it's a method of stimulating the brain. It's a method of like, I don't know, sometimes it's relaxation. Some people have sensory problems where obviously the sounds and stuff, but I can kind of agree with. I have sensory issues as well, as you know, as I have what some people would call a disability. But talking about, well, I'm not going to disclose it right now, but talking about stuff like that in general, I can see its beneficial side, but for the most part, I don't fully grasp ASMR because it doesn't fully help me. Like, it's not so, but then saying that, I'm not going to sit there and say that it doesn't have its beneficial, like, side to it, or any benefit to, like, to people in general, because it does, but there are just some forms of, like, ASMR that don't make sense to me either. Like, and it's stupid
And that's what we're gonna
in that sense,
into
but-
a minute.
Careful not to waste your ammunition.
but yeah, I mean, ASMR is ASMR. People like ASMR, fair enough. You know, that's for them to like. It's that, but there is a lot of ASMR out there, or let's say cringe content, and I don't like it.
That's fair enough. Now, my sense of ASMR is use anything that can help you. If ASMR helps you, then do it. You know? If it helps you sleep, then, you know, whack it on. Just don't whack yourself whilst you're doing it. That's a bit odd. That's a whole different topic. But honestly, good ASMR, not that bad. There's bad types of ASMR, however, what I want to get into with. What is your stance on ASMR, such as, let's go for this one. So the whole girlfriend or like boyfriend ASMR.
I feel like that ASMR is tragic in the sense that it's weird. I don't think it's. Whoa, I thought I kicked something over, but I didn't. I just kicked open my. It doesn't matter. I feel like it's kind of tragic. I can see it might be good for someone. It's just not for me. I think it's weird. I think it's cringy. It might make some people happy. It definitely does not make me happy. If anything, it makes me kind of regret being alive.
Makes me sad.
In this day and age, it kind of makes. Do you know what? You're right. It does make me sad. It makes me sad that people have to resort to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one. What is your stance on ASMR like ear licking?
Did you ever want to get a wet willy from someone but with their pure tongue? No, not me. Coming to stores near you. I don't like it.
No, not really.
It's grim.
Okay,
I don't want to I don't want to hear someone nibbling on my nibbling on my little earlobes. Going. Is that little bit of earwax? That's no, never. That is disgusting. That's vile behaviour.
Okay. Next one. So like RP ASMR.
Tragic.
It's like realistic tattoo ASMR, or like shopkeeper ASMR, or like stuff like that.
It's kind of gross.
Fair enough.
I don't need to live my life. I already live my life. I do not need to live a ASMR version of my life that I live to on a day-to-day basis. Like, what is the point of a shopkeeper when I can just go to a shop? I literally, and plus the fact that why would I listen to a shopkeeper like ASMR if whenever I go to a shop, if there's an option for self-service, I use self-service.
Okay, listen. ASMR history. So like those girls like just they talk about like history, like historian type stuff, like in ASMR format of it.
Well, soft-spoken videos about stuff in general, like informative, like information, knowledge, so forth. I like them. That is one of the only like form of it that I really enjoy, and that is based on literally on the fact that is very informative. It's about knowledge, and it doesn't like make me kind of want to claw my eyeballs out because how aggressive they're being.
Okay. ASMR, like for example, people who do like the tapping and stuff.
I don't like it when people tap on things. Like if I'm running my own business and this person, like let's say,
if I hear someone tapping,
let's say I'm eating my food and someone's just going for like 3 minutes or so, I'm gonna get angry. It's the repetition of it that kind of drives me crazy, and especially because most of those like tapping videos, they don't tap in a sequence. They normally tap.
They do it in like random.
Yeah, it's the sequence is normally irregular, which starts to annoy me.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, the sequence is so irregular. Yeah.
Like that though.
I know some people do, but it's like I'm not a rescue like squad. You don't have to tap irregularly, so I know that you're in danger. It's silly.
Yeah.
It's bothersome. You know?
Well, okay, here's one, like, real, like, conundrum one that I feel like we both, me and you are going to have the same opinion on. What is your opinion on ASMR hole tries? So like these are the people who wear like outfits whilst like doing the ASMR. So like they change like their clothes, like look. So like for example, in this case, like they try on different dresses, but like they show you the dresses, like they move the dresses about, they scratch them and all shit like that.
What?
Push
So
it-
like,
push it-
product review
Yeah,
ASMRs.
yeah.
Hell no. You want my honest to God opinion?
Yeah.
The only time I somewhat enjoy those is when they're unboxing something that's rare.
Yeah, yeah.
If it's not like something
I'll
that's
just
rare and it's just some
Pokemon opening cards of it.
terrible thing. Because 9 times out of 10 when it's rare, I don't want your comment on it, I just want to see it.
I just want to
But when it's like dresses and stuff, no. When it's something that I can readily buy myself, why would I? Just talk normally, tell me how it is, give me your honest opinion, and stop scratching the the stuff. You're ruining it.
Yeah. Okay, here is the next one. ASMR gaming.
Why? Why would you do that? Why would you ASMR gaming? What?
Just literally just where you play the game, but like, so in certain instances of ASMR gaming, it's like there's this YouTuber who goes on like Minecraft and like, he listens to like certain items being broke or placed or like played with in Minecraft to like make ASMR.
No. You're playing a game. Play the game. I don't want to hear like an M4 go off in Modern Warfare. I mean, that's not really ASMR, but you know what I mean.
No, I was gonna say I don't think Modern Warfare is like the game you would use for ASMR. But okay, trying to think of any other ones. Okay, so you have music ASMR, so it's listen to a song but just an ASMR version of a song.
No. That's even more stupid. Why am I listening to music if I want to listen to ASMR? That's just... That's counterproductive. That's like counterintuitive, should I say.
Okay, next one, sounds. So for example, like raining sounds or like forest
Right,
sounds,
back
but
to the... Wait,
ASMR.
sorry to do this. But something just popped in my brain as well. Back to the stupid thing, yeah? Where it's like, oh, the ASMR... Like the ASMR music. I don't want to make it seem like I'm listening to my neighbours have a party from like down the street.
Make me sad.
If anything, I just think I'm more of a loser.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay then, like forest like type stuff or like sounds
Right,
of,
sometimes
like,
I have
rain,
trouble sleeping,
like
so I listen to rainfall.
smoke. Okay,
So I
no,
guess I'm an
that's
indulger and
fair.
stuff like that, but that's just because I have like borderline insomnia. I mean, it's like,
Well, I have
like,
insomnia.
it's like, well, I would say I have insomnia actually. It's like 4 in the morning and I'm not tired. Well, I am tired, I can't sleep either though, that's the thing. So,
Yeah, I get that. Okay, next one, and I feel like this is the a long-awaited final one.
mhm.
Where is it?
If it's a certain material,
What do you mean?
if if you're gonna go on what I think you're gonna go on about, I'm gonna cry.
What?
I don't know. I'm waiting
Like
for you to
sexual
say.
ASMR?
Oh,
Because no, that's not what I was gonna say.
thank God.
But no, I want your opinion on it.
Why? Why would you want to listen to that? Why? It makes me cringe. Especially because some people like to water the playing field of it.
Yeah.
You know, slip up the goose.
I don't think ASMR is bad, but because of like people who like do sexual ASMR, like then
I need to
if
put
you
my
like
glasses back
say
on.
like you listen to ASMR, like then they think like you just listen to the sexual stuff.
I'll just quickly put my glasses on. My eyes are starting to get
But that's
strained.
what. But that's why you can't literally say like you listen to ASMR.
Yeah, wait, give me a second. Just have to take my headset off. Just have to quickly make sure my glasses are actually on.
Yeah, no, I heard you the
They're not
first
just
time.
hovering. Right, yeah.
Like no, so the ASMR I was trying to go on about, and I've forgotten. Mukbang ASMR.
Mukbang ASMR. Interesting. Mukbang ASMR is questionable to me because sometimes I can enjoy it, but I enjoy the fails. I don't actually like watching them eat.
Is this you just going on about Nikocado?
I have a soft spot, and he has many.
Yeah, it's called his body.
Yeah, I know. I just find him and Umpaville just kind of funny. So, and the whole stuff with that at the moment, I just find funny.
Oh, it feels weird to take a piss now. Holy fuck.
It feels weird too. What?
To take the piercing out.
Oh, wait, you swapping?
Yeah, I'm putting back in the other one. However, zero blood. It's
That's a good sign.
practically clean. Well, that's all the topics of ASMR.
Damn it!
Quite frankly, more than anything, I was waiting for the end of it.
I was waiting for the end of it.
Yeah, because I did not want to talk about ASMR.
You did not want to talk about ASMR.
You know, it's the only thing I could think of.
What was
I
that?
feel like you just like ASMR.
Why would I like ASMR?
You intrigue me as a human being.
I know you're not talking.
You're interesting.
If I'm interested, then God fucking forsake me, you are.
What's that supposed to mean?
Exactly what it sounds like.
I want you to evaluate.
I'll evaluate the day that I'm dead. It might be soon, who knows?
Who knows? We live in a weird
With
society.
this fucking,
We live in a weird world.
with this piercing also that I'm trying to put back in, it might be very fucking soon.
What does it hurt?
I'm gonna get tetanus. I'm gonna get tetanus. No, I can't just... Oh, fuck. Holy fuck. Put it in the hole the first time.
Woo, baby! He's not gonna get embarrassed.
However, no, I'm trying to put it back in the actual metal fin. Like the little back holder thingy for it. And
Yeah.
that is becoming very awkward. Oh fuck, okay, now it's starting to hurt because I'm moving it about so much.
Trying to figure out if there's any other items. Do you know what? I have a question for you.
And what's up, buddy?
What's the worst advice you could give someone?
Honestly?
Yeah, 100%.
The worst advice would be prepared for everything in your life.
Do you know what I think?
What?
I think the worst advice is probably telling people, like, promising people that life will get better.
Yeah, that's one. But like,
I don't say it's exactly the worst, but I say it's one of the worst things you can do.
I mean, at the same time, though, the only reason why I can't fully agree with that is because sometimes, I mean, for certain people, life does get better.
Yeah. I think it's the promising part I don't like. But I think that's fine. I am allowed to not like that.
You're allowed to like nothing really if you really want.
Okay, you're being very technical about that.
Hey man, I'm a technical person sometimes. Not really.
It's funny how far this night's come.
I mean,
Place is messed up.
Like it's come quite far. Like originally we were just doing this for the sake of it. We were being a bit of a troll. You know, as you do.
I've expanded my services. Please, come take a look. Wish to make a purchase?
that's because at the end of the day, certain people like to hear other people's opinion.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for that because honestly, if it was just a word of just listening and not saying anything back, the world would just get very fucking boring very fucking easily.
Oh yeah. 100%. That's not even a joke either. I 100% agree. 100%, not 100%ly. I 100% agree. Life would be very, very boring. The only other issue I have is, to a certain extent, is that too many people feel like they have unnecessary. I wouldn't say, right, this is going to sound really weird. I wouldn't say you don't have a right to an opinion, but I feel like some people feel
I feel like certain people
giant.
feel like they're entitled to a massive one, like bigger than they should.
I feel like some people are feel like they're entitled to an opinion, and then that opinion is everything.
Yeah. By the way, I put the piercing in fully now.
Okay, let's go.
God damn, it's 4 o'clock.
Yeah, time's ticking.
Yeah, I have the biggest Asda bag shop in London, man, right now. Range.
It's, I don't know.
Neither.
I'm getting a little tired.
Damn.
5 minutes after saying we're insomniacs.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, but that's only because as soon as you talk about it,
You start to feel it.
I guarantee if we didn't mention anything, if we continued just talking, I guarantee we wouldn't.
I am like 3 fucking energy drinks in anyway.
I'm only on... No, actually, no, I've had 3 today, because I had a monster this morning.
Yeah, my heart feels a bit funny, especially because I had them back to back and I was basically chugging them.
I'm thinking about drinking my final monster.
I'm thinking about having an energy
Oh,
drink
wait,
as well.
whoa. Can't be disclosing what drink I'm... My bad, guys. Drinking a non-disclosed energy drink.
I'm thinking about having another drink.
Oh, I am.
Yeah, if you have one, I'll have one. I just don't know if I only have 2 left. So I'll save the next one for tomorrow. ASMR.
Guys, listen.
Guys, listen. Ready? How was that?
Amazing.
Was that? Did you hear every single gulp? Like I hope.
Well, I'm listening to it on the phone.
Did you hear every single gulp? Like I hope.
I'm listening to it on the phone.
Did you hear every single gulp? Like I hope.
I'm listening to it on the phone.
Did you hear every single gulp? Like I hope. Could you stop? God, you are a fucking creature. Stop it.
So, just using how physics works. Hey yo, what nigga dudes?
What did you say?
Huh?
What word did you just say?
Oh, listen to this. God, you are a fucking creature. Stop it.
Did he do this too?
I could technically just put that in and just do whatever you say, and then it just says it back and then says it again. Darling.
Yeah.
No responding today, no?
No, my stomach really feels funny.
No, 'cause
After
you've only
sipping
had
on that energy drink.
practically energy drinks.
Yeah. I think it's the end of these podcasts. I'm dead.
I'm nerd.
I'm gonna die.
Tell me, what's your opinion on the Wednesday show?
I've never I don't have any film to watch it at all.
You don't want to watch it now?
No, it's a Netflix film. Or
Okay,
show, I don't want
what's
to
your
watch
opinion on Breaking Bad?
it. Good show. I give it 10 Walters out of 10 Walters. Walter.
Honestly? Based opinion.
Or I'll give it like, at least, I'll give it 7 Hank Schraders out of 7 Hank Schraders.
Seems useful.
I give it 10 Jesse Pinkmans out of 5 Gustavo.
I give it 10 teddies falling out of an aeroplane into Walter's pool out of 10 teddies falling out of an aeroplane into Walter's pool.
I give it 5 ASMR channels out of 10.
That's a high number. You sure about that?
Yeah.
God
Okay,
damn.
I give it 5 shiny Charizards.
What? You
10.
have 5 of them?
Yeah.
Why haven't I got one?
Because you
God
didn't
damn.
ask. Okay, I've already bent all the cards.
You.
You monster!
Product placement, not here.
What's your opinion on VP's head?
Idiotic.
You don't
Dead.
like VP's head?
Irrelevant.
Zero
Like me.
chin.
Like me.
You've got 0 chin?
No, I said irrelevant like me.
Yeah, I also said 0 chin and you said like me.
Much so.
So you have 0 chin.
I don't have a chin, Dom.
Oh god.
I don't have a face either.
No. Opinion on crystals.
Meth?
Hmm?
What?
Opinion on crystals.
I think they're overrated as hell. I don't understand why everyone is so like spiritual, mystical ever since they've been staying in their room for too long. Ever since COVID, everyone's like a lot more people were like, oh my god guys, Gemini, star signs, crystals, astrology. You know, And that's just, I'll give that 2 yum yums out of 2 out of like 72 yum yums.
Damn, that's not a lot of yum yums.
It's not a lot of yummers either.
Yummers.
Misinput, you calm the fuck down.
I hope you didn't ask your meme. You're funny.
Uh,
When your friend with the shit internet chat shit trying to get 100k subs with the one shot.
shut up.
Oh, that's what you put.
How long ago? God, I should not have the internet.
It doesn't tell me when you did the shot.
I should not have the access to the internet. So I want to delete that now. Oh. And here, guys, is where you find the cylinder, the Heisenberg's weapon.
On, I don't know, just like something like going into a forest or something.
Forest? Logan Paul?
Walked in the woods. Okay. Found a dead dollar. Found a dead dollar.
Find a dead dollar. What?
Found a dollar in the woods. And I'm feeling hella good.
Feeling hella good. Should I keep it? I guess I should.
Clickbait. Plus was crazy. Stayed at Keemstar's paid mansion for free, and it was a trap. I flooded the sewer system with my wet wipes. Walked
Let's
in
go!
the woods. Okay. Found a dead dollar. Found a dead dollar.
Found a dead dollar.
Found a stomach in the woods, and I'm feeling not good.
I'm feeling hella good. Hey, darling.
Clickbait.
Actually, one more ASMR topic. What is your opinion on like ASMR where like it's mainly women who do it, but like just ASMR where they just stare at you and do like nothing?
Life with Mac.
No, she's sassy.
She's something else. And somehow she's a skinwalker, so she morphs. I don't understand how she did it.
Going?
Yeah,
You still got the podcast.
I'm going to bed. I'm going to sleep on podcast, man. Ow!
Yeah, hopefully people can watch you sleep.
Oh, I'm not having a sleeping podcast.
Yeah, hopefully people can watch you sleep. Oh, I'm not having a sleep.
Oh, you're fucking evil. Are you that tired and bored? You got nothing better to do?
Yes, exactly that actually. Can't believe it's about being 2023 soon.
Yeah, my New Year's resolution is get more bitch. I'm joking.
I'll tell Jinx that.
Don't tell Chinks that. I'm crying.
Let's see how long you live.
Yeah, you tell my girlfriend that I'm dead. I'll be eating tarmac. She'll open a can of whoop so ancient they'll call it comfy.
Freshly. No, it's freshly whoop ass, just for you.
She'll take a line from Naruto and do 1,000 years of death.
Yeah, up to your ass.
Walked in the woods. Okay. I should probably stop the podcast, you know. Should probably stop the podcast.
Nah.
See my dark ass room. Hey yo, it's a camera, it's a camera. I'm turning it off now. Because I look like Gollum.
You can't see that though.
Goodbye, people. That was a good podcast.